We came to Japan to visit family and to see the cherry blossoms. But Japan also has some world-famous powder, and I'll never pass up a chance for some good skiing. In this video, part of our series about our trip to Japan, we head north to Hokkaido to ski the world-famous slopes of Niseko Ski Resort. On Tuesday morning, we woke up early and headed straight to Narita Airport to catch a flight to Hokkaido. We looked at options for taking a train up to the north, but it was much cheaper and faster to fly. We had no problem renting a car when we got to New Chitose Airport. We even got a Subaru just like we drive at home. Since we weren't going to ski today, we decided to take our time getting up the mountain and stopped along the way at Hell Valley to see the national park. Hell Valley is part of a larger national park in Hokkaido that has some super stinky sulfur hot springs, but amazing views.
How cold is it?
From Hell Valley, we continued west to Niseko Village. Niseko ski area is composed of 4 main base areas, and we were staying right in the middle at the Hilton. We had no interest in hauling our gear around with us on this trip, so we chose to rent both our gear and jackets and pants. Our first stop in Niseko was the rental shop, where we got outfitted, then we grabbed dinner at a nice little ramen joint in town and headed straight for bed. We slept in a little bit on Wednesday morning and grabbed the excellent hotel breakfast in the Hilton on our way out to ski. Fortunately, when the calendar turns to April, lift tickets and hotel rates in Niseko plummet. The Hilton would normally have been astronomically priced, but in April, the price dips to about $100 a night. We were also lucky enough to have some clear blue sky days for skiing. We took the Niseko Village gondola all the way to the top and rode a series of green runs as a nice warm-up all the way down to the base area. With that warm-up done, we decided to go all the way up to the top, including a ride on a single chairlift, the first such lift I've ever done. It was a bit unnerving riding that lift all the way to the top, and I'm glad the lift wasn't higher off the ground. Because Niseko is 4 different resorts, we decided that we had to cover some territory. So after hitting the top of Niseko Village, we moved on to ski down Grand Harafu Base and then on to Hanazono.
Get some speed.
The snow was pretty slushy by that point, so we skied back to Grand Harafu to get lunch at the base. Covering a lot of distance and skiing through slush is tiring, so we decided to take 2 more runs all the way at the top of the mountain before skiing back down to the Hilton at the bottom. We did take the mogul run on our way down, and skiing those mountains of slush was both fun and tiring. One of the amazing things about staying at the Hilton is that the hotel has an onsen, which is a Japanese spring-fed hot tub right inside the hotel. After a quick nap, hunger set in, so we drove to a Yakiniku restaurant to grill meat right in the middle of our table for dinner. The meat was super high-quality Japanese beef and some of the best scallops I've ever had. We also grilled pineapples and some veggies, and we were stuffed by the time that meal was done. What an amazing way to end our first day of skiing in Japan. On Thursday, we knew we couldn't get a full day of skiing in, with an evening flight back here to Tokyo to catch. So we got up in time to have breakfast and hit the slopes as soon as they opened. With spring-like conditions, we also knew that the snow would be best earlier in the day. We ripped a few warm-up runs down Wonderland and worked our way over to Champion and the Anpuri side of the mountain. The views were nice on that side, but the slopes were mostly easier, at least below the top of the mountain. Properly warmed up, we traversed the top of the mountain and went through Gate 4 on the Hanazono side of the mountain to ski one of the out-of-bounds bowls. We could have walked all the way to the top of the mountain, but that seemed like a lot of work for very little benefit. And the bowl just through the gates was an absolute delight. There wasn't enough traffic or sunlight to really melt through the snow. It was exposed and steep and provided a great challenge for the kids, especially with such heavy snow to plow through. We did as many laps of the bowl as we had time for, about 4, on our way to racking up 12,000 feet of vertical for the morning. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Even one of the most enjoyable days of skiing I think we've ever had. We got a late enough checkout to take one more trip to the onsen on our way out of the hotel, then stopped at a unique Japanese rolled pizza restaurant on our way back to the airport. So yeah, Niseko is famous for amazing snow, and the snow conditions in April are not amazing. But by skiing in April, as an add-on to a cherry blossoms trip, the chances of blue sky days are much, much higher, and the views here are some of the most beautiful ski views I think I've ever seen. It would be an absolute shame to ski here and never get a clear view of Mount Yotei, as most people do. We saved a ton by skiing during the spring, but I'd absolutely love to come ski during the peak season to try out the famous Japanese powder. While Kyoto might have been my favorite city of the trip, Niseko was definitely the hardest to leave. I would have loved more time to ski or just explore the North Island, but we have a date with Tokyo, and that's a trip for our next video.